It's not saying it on.
And we are live. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Magic Hour with Anna Stone.
Hello.
Oh, wrong way. There we go. Anna Stone and Stephanie Siren. And Anna, what are we talking about tonight?
So this one, let me bring my mic over a little bit. This one is going to be a bit heavy. So we're going to be issuing throughout. It might be redundant if you're watching the whole thing. Sorry, but it's important. So trigger warning and also disclaimer. Okay, disclaimer is that, or trigger warning is that there's going to be discussion of child maltreatment, domestic violence, assault, unpleasant things that happen to people, especially women, unfortunately. And also, we're going to be discussing the trigger warning. This disclaimer, rather. Oh my God, what's wrong with me right now? The disclaimer is that if you're in a situation like this, if you're in any kind of abusive relationship, like, we are not in any way, shape, or form condoning that behavior of any kind of abuse whatsoever. If you find yourself in that situation, please get help.
Absolutely.
Nothing that we talk about in this episode is going to be in any way trying to convey the message that, stay in a situation like that so you can get gifts. No, absolutely not. That is not what we're saying. So loud and clear, that's not what we're saying. And we're going to repeat this repeatedly because it's important. But aside from that, disclaimer and trigger warning, Stephanie, what are we talking about?
Okay, so with that all being said, tonight we are talking about initiations. And hi, guys, thank you for joining. So we're talking about initiations, and we're not just talking about any kind of initiations. We're talking about the modern day initiations that we've been through and what they are. And they're called rough initiations because we don't have the support of a traditional tribal setting to go through initiations. And for somebody like Anna and myself, we are what you would call wounded healers.
Right.
We gained our abilities through trauma. And when we say trauma, we don't mean normal everyday trauma that the average human being carries around. We're talking something that you would see on Dateline.
Yeah.
Anna, can you describe how deep and dark these things are?
Yeah, they are. It's a lifetime of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, right? We have severe, there's a lot of, with the gifts come the very bad things from it as well. So, but, so whatever gifts we had at birth, right? Because that's also a thing, were enhanced, or if we didn't have them at birth, we will never know because we both, so young, started being abused and neglected and mistreated. And by our people that were supposed to care about us, right? Like our families, yeah, unfortunately. And it's one of those things where it's severe. Both of us have law enforcement involvement in our backgrounds, right? Like, where the police were involved, like, as children. We're going to talk about we have like flashbulb initiations, which is like the ones that really stand out because our lives have been a constant barrage of these situations happening over and over and over again. They happen about every formative stage in your life. So in childhood, in adolescence, in your teen years, in your young adult years, and then more recent for us now. So yes, we're going to be talking about those. And I just think it's helpful if you do have trauma from your past, to look at it through a different lens, right? Like, to be able to place this lens on it, if it fits. You can't force it. It cannot be forced.
Absolutely. It can't be forced. It can't be replicated. And if you know, then you have this deep-seated knowing inside yourself when the realization comes on, because it's and pardon my French, but oh fuck moment. It really is like, oh God, this is real. Oh my, because there's no denying it, and it just takes over. And honestly, though, I was going to say that had I had the understanding that I do now as a priestess and being formally initiated, it makes it so much easier for me to handle the trauma of initiations. so much more than as a child experiencing this and thinking it was me.
Right. And I think that's part of it, is that we don't know. So in traditional tribal and indigenous communities, the individual that is selected to be the next shaman, the next medicine man or woman, the healer, it's known to them from the time they're born until that ceremony takes place. It is known. They prepare for it. It is a rite of passage. It is supported by the entire community. When they return, if they do, because they do not always, and that is something very important here, is that a lot of people do not survive the initiations. In fact, more don't do.
Right. And, we're the miraculous
right.
other, like, exception to the rule. We're not the rule. We're the exception.
No. Yeah, like when your therapist tells you that they're surprised you're still alive, like that's a bad sign. Like, and both of us have had
mm-hmm.
It's not a badge of honor. That's not something you ever want to be able to say was said to you. That's a horrible thing. But this is these individuals that do this in that environment, in the indigenous and like tribal environment, they are supported. When they come back, everything's different for them. They are treated like the person that shaman. They're no longer that individual that left, right? Usually they're children at the time, or like teens. They're not that person anymore. So we don't have that. We come back and we're still like in school, having to deal with all the stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have any of that. Nobody knows. Most of us don't even, things happen to us and people just, we don't talk about it, right?
Yeah, and I have to argue too that, like, I feel like modern day society is also built to traumatize us in a way to not lead us to that path, right?
Right.
Like, to stop us.
Right. I mean, the studies that are done on like schizophrenia, right? They're the only, like, the brain physiology is exactly like, there's literally no difference that they can see. It's different between a normal person, right? And then somebody with psychic abilities or a medium, anyway, that hears spirits. There's no difference between the brain physiology of a schizophrenic and a medium. The only difference is the narrative that they are told by their community. So those people that are told that you're special, you're a shaman, you can talk to spirits, they have a decent life. The ones that are here and they're told you're crazy, you're hearing demons, it's, you're crazy, that's a bad thing. So that's literally like, they can't, and I'm sure they'll figure something out of this, along this research as it goes. But for now, they just see very little or no difference in these individuals. Like they say, it's like such a thin, fine line of, between madness and psychic ability.
I always say the joke. I'm like, what's the difference between a psychic and a schizophrenic? And people go, what? And I say medication.
Right. So yeah, Sarah, that's a good question. Sarah asked about what
medical trauma. So yes, Sarah, actually, I have medical trauma. My medical trauma started at an early age. I was 18 months old, the first surgery I had on my kidneys. Wow. And I continued having health problems my whole life. I actually come from a sickly family who has the ability to lay on hands. And it's probably because of their medical suffering that they have this gift.
That's the other thing too. There's another aspect to this that I can't believe I had forgotten about this in our pre-conversation that Stephanie and I had, but there's also the generational trauma that we're born with. So it is a scientific fact, and if you don't believe me, just Google it, that trauma is inherited from our female ancestors up to it used to be 4, now it's 6 generations. So people that were in the Holocaust, their grandkids, great-grandkids, all inherited that trauma.
Yes.
All of that, like so basically all of us have this.
Yeah, I come from refugees. Right. I'm the 3rd generation born here in America. Like, my family had to run. And so, they were gypsies.
Right. Right. I mean, it's amazing to me, but I've witnessed this myself when I worked at the VA, and there was that enclosure of vervet monkeys that we did not test on. They were just letting them live out their lives. They were 3rd generation removed from any animals that had been tested on. And they still, if I walked by in a lab coat, they would go insane. But if I walked by in street clothes, they were fine and cute and like, oh, hey, what's up? But they knew somehow that white coat means bad. Like it was, and they had no experience, and their parents didn't either. You know what I mean? At all of being tested on. So, I mean, it's inherited. Like, and then that's how they noticed it. Actually, that's how it started.
That's also a surefire way to know if your anxiety is inherited too, is because if your parents have medical issues or they have any kind of issues where they don't have like a good center, like if you have a parent who's just unregulated, you're probably gonna have anxiety issues.
Because in pregnancy, the mother's mental state matters greatly.
It does. It does.
It does. So we're not, so aside from all that jazz, Stephanie and I come from the same hometown too, which is interesting. And we both had very parallel situations going on. Really parallel actually. So I'm going to start like when I was, well, first of all, I was born dead they had to revive me when I was born. And then on 2 occasions, somebody tried to unalive me before I was age 2. Right? And my family caught this person doing it and then just put my crib in the hallway, apparently. Like, they didn't do anything about it. They just put me in the hallway so they could see me. So that's like 18 months old. So now I know I can't have things around my face, and I get crazy if I have a stuffed up nose, right? Like, because it makes, now it's like being smothered by a pillow. So like, I was like, wow, amazing. Like, those things are connected. So that's my first childhood one. So what about you, Stephanie? That was my initiation.
My initiation was, like I said, at 18 months. I had kidney infections, and I would scream whenever I would fill my diaper. And so by 18 months old, I already knew extreme pain.
Oh my gosh.
And exploratory surgery showed that I had bilateral reflux of the ureters, which in layman's terms means that my flaps didn't work. And so my body wasn't voiding properly.
Right. So there's toxins. Is there toxins building up?
Yeah, there's toxins, and they had me on sulfur drugs.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
That's at the age of 18 months. I'm not even 2.
That's crazy, because I just realized that happened at 18 months. Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably find some parallels along here as we tell the stories.
Right.
So for me, that I didn't sleep well. I wasn't a good sleeper. I was always in pain, crying, what you would call a fussy baby. And then I got real psychic real quick at about 3.
So at 2, my father was arrested on my 2nd birthday, August 3rd of 1980, for murder. And as I'm blowing out my candle, this first memory of my life, literally, like I'm blowing out my candle, the door gets knocked in, and like cops come and search warrant, whatever, and like my whole part. So that was, and from that moment on, I'm sure was the trauma of just having my dad taken, right? Also, but like, that's when my imaginary friend showed up. That's when I started talking to things that weren't there, that nobody else could see, and having fear of things I was seeing. Right? Like,
I want to say that I have a parallel there as well. And my parallel is that when I was 2, my parents separated for the first time in my lifetime, and they had been married 3 years prior. But
my parents had been married also. Right.
Interesting.
I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. So.
And they separated many times over their marriage. And so as kids would be shuffled back and forth. But it was at the same age. It was at 2 that was the first time that happened. Yep. And then I would say my first trauma that was extreme, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to say that I was molested at 5 by a family member.
Same.
And it lasted until I was 11 years old. And I went and got many years of therapy for it.
Right. Yeah. Same here. Same. I was six and until like 8. And yeah, family member also. And I guess the whole family kind of knew about it, but nobody did anything about it. Because, right. So those things happen.
And we're the whistleblowers, so we're extra bad.
We get black sheep, right? We're the black sheep. So we don't conform to our family standards at all. Like my family's the absolute epitome, like the antithesis rather of me completely. Like I am nothing like them. Thank God. No part of it.
Yeah. We put the D in dysfunctional, let me tell you.
Right. But that's part of it. It's like these things happen to us and like, okay, so the average, I mean, a lot of people would, I mean, this is a lot, right? Like just already we're barely at like adolescence. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. All right. So then adolescence for me, I had a boyfriend that was highly abusive, like extremely abusive, and tried to kill me. At 13? I was 13. Right. And I was kicked out of my house at 12. My mother kicked me out onto the street and never let me back in the house again ever at 12.
Wow.
So that's what happened. And I've been on my own since I was 12. Shit you not. Everybody knows it. Like it's like literally fact.
Yes, we all know it. I knew you at 12.
Yeah, I used to go to school. I used to take the bus to middle school while I was living in an abandoned building on Fresno City College campus. Yeah.
Like I remember when it all hit you.
Uh-huh. Oh, when because I went from like preppy to like black hair mohawk and like crazy stuff. Yeah, I was like a little.
It was called you were in survival mode. You were surviving.
I know. I was couch surfing from people. Like people would take me in, right? Like I mean, I was on the street for like 6 weeks, but then after that, people did take me into their houses, like because I'm a little girl, and so I stayed with friend after friend after friend until I got my own apartment at 14.
Would you say that you think maybe you changed your appearance for twofold things? One, to fit in more into your new role, and also two, to signify to you that little innocent girl that you wanted to be loved was dead.
Shit. Well, that wasn't expected, Stephanie. Yeah, shit. That never even crossed my mind until right now. But yes, I'm on. Wow. Like, yeah. Yep. Because what I get kicked out for. Why was I kicked out? I was fucking 12. Like,
you were a baby.
I mean, are you kidding me? When my daughter turned 12, I remember sitting across the table from her at her birthday party and thinking, she would fucking die. Like, she would be murdered or like kidnapped within 5 minutes. Like, how could I as a mom like ever allow that? What the fuck? Like, I thought I would relate more to my mother when I had kids, and it was the exact opposite. Because I love my children so much, and like I would never be able to do anything like that to them. So not even like the thought makes me sick, actually. So I mean, yeah. So she said I was this bad kid. So yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna be bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Like I already got punished for the shit I didn't do. Might as well do it, right? Like, and yeah, thus began my like, era of tyranny, like and craziness, like doing like bad shit, like not that bad.
Or maybe it was also the catalyst to create that opportunity for your soul your soul chose this,
Right. I mean, that's the thing, like that high. That's the thing is, we have these. Allegedly, we pick it, right? That's the rumor. It's our path. But during some research, for one of my graduate classes in consciousness studies, it was a shamanistic traditions class. My professor told me I needed to investigate my lineage of shaman, and I was like, I'm white. What are you talking about? Right? Mm-hmm. I don't have any cool stuff in my family like that. Turns out that actually Scandinavian, like Norway stuff, like up there in the Arctic, they have the Sami tribe, and that's part of my lineage. And wouldn't you know that the initiation for the female shaman is to be kicked out of her house at age 12. Yeah. Alone with a boy who's 18, who has to be her companion to live until she's 18. If she comes back alive, she gets to be the medicine woman, the healer. Mm-hmm. And that shocked me, honestly, because I know my mother had no part of that. Like, no, nothing. She did. No, this is not a plan.
No, this was more like a blood thing taking over. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess I'm now going to be 45 next month, right? Like, so it just happened this year, and as I'm 44, and reading that and seeing that was helpful for me. It was helpful because I was like, wow, that's a very specific thing, like that's a very specific thing.
Yes, she
Yeah.
has beat the odds, and a normal person wouldn't have survived.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't. That's why I'm just like, I just do stuff. Like I just go. Like I don't think of I just do stuff. I'm always busy because I don't like thinking about this stuff, honestly, because it can be overwhelming. Like these things that Stephanie and I, our lives are like this. Like if we went and wrote down our stuff and took it to a Hollywood script, like a place, they'd be like, "This is ridiculous. Nobody would believe this." And they'd be right. They would be right. I can't count how many times people used to say I was a liar, like people would think I was lying about my circumstances, because I mean, I would think that too, because it's been so just one after the other things, right, Stephanie? Like
right. Oh, just one after another. So like after being 11 and being molested and all that, then I had at 12 I had the dream of being in church. I was in the Catholic Church. Okay, this is
oh God, oh my God, I forgot about this. Yeah.
Okay, so I had a dream that I had sex with Baphomet in the Catholic Church at 12. Mm-hmm. That's alarming for any 12-year-old. Okay, but I just delved deeper into esoteric knowledge at 12. By 15, I was understanding that because I always thought everybody was a medium. I didn't understand that not everybody was a medium. I thought everybody saw dead people. I thought everybody, I had no clue. Yeah. I started to figure it out at 15, which is a little late, but.
Oh yeah. That is late. Yeah.
And because of the things that I knew and the things that I did, the Catholic Church actually had a exorcism done on me.
Yeah, that happened.
I was 15. I was 15, and it landed me in the hospital.
Yeah, of course it did, because that's crazy, and that's some religious trauma if I've ever heard it. You're just being a normal kid, getting curious about stuff because of your trauma background, and you're like looking for answers, right? You're looking for something, because let's be honest, this is one of those things where if the idea that we have the ability to create our own reality, that we have the ability to change things, like in magic, is very enticing to people like us that have bad shit happening all the time that is out of our control, because it gives us this idea that maybe we can have control one day, right? And then for the church to come in and be like, no. Not even funny, dude. Like I'm laughing.
Yeah, it was very much like your ability is not of God, and you shouldn't be able to do this, and this. And so it was very traumatic for me. And by the end, they had me completely believing that I was schizophrenic.
Right.
Because they couldn't come up with any other solution.
Right. It's the devil or it's mental illness, right? It's one
right.
of those.
Right.
Because you're like, and that's true. Like I was raised Baptist, but I quit going to church at 8 because I was like, no, I literally I was like, this is dumb. Like you guys are hypocrites. And I said that. I
left the church at 15 for good.
Right.
Obviously.
So mine was a little, I think my life was prepping me to be on the street a little early. So I was having to make these decisions. I'm not going to church anymore. You guys are crazy.
Right.
Hypocrites. These people are racist. My family's super, conservative race, very racist. And I was like, that's not what the church said. What? How's this happening? You guys are hypocrites. And I got my ass beat. I had to go pick a switch out of the yard. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I took it. I'm proud to have the Black Sheep label. Very proud.
Oh yeah. Same. I have such a great love for people because of these rough initiations.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot to add, at the age of 12, okay, so my parents divorced, and then my mother was very ill, physically ill, real bad. And so I took on a caretaker role with her. She had a boyfriend who was in and out of prison, who was a heroin addict. And I saw things that I should never see at the tender age of 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm talking involving guns, drug dealers, heroin use, IV drug use,
Yeah.
like things that I should have never ever experienced.
Right.
And,
I mean, I had to go to every other weekend to prison to see my dad. And so
oh yes, I visited prison too. Yes.
And I sat on Tex Watson's lap. Like that's the guy that killed Sharon Tate from the Manson family. Like these are the people my dad was in prison with, because my dad killed 2 people. He was a murderer. So like, you know, or that's what the records say anyway. You know, there's some possible doubt, but that's another story. So it just you know that was my life until 12. So
there's somebody here saying they had an initiation at 15.
Oh.
See, this is what we wanted to hear from you guys too.
This is great. So so these are also initiations too. So I took Datura, aka Jimson. We don't do it. Disclaimer: do not do it. It is very bad for you, and you will likely die. I can't believe I did not die. I might have, because I did see the same person I saw when I did die. Right, like I did see her. So I think maybe I might have died and just didn't actually die all the way. Yeah, drugs. So we'll talk about this briefly, because we're not condoning drug use either. But it is a
however, plant medicine that is used ceremoniously by a medicine person in a controlled setting is used ceremoniously throughout the ages.
Everywhere, everyone, all of them. Every culture does it. That's how they get to commune with them. They fast, they sleep deprive themselves, or or use plant medicine.
How many modern day religions use fasting? Most of them. Most of them use fasting.
Yeah, some of them use snakes. I mean, for God's sakes, I don't know. Yeah, that's a little nuts. But yeah. So yeah, the drugs can be it too, because when we use those things, the interesting thing about those psychedelics is that it's not the drug that's actually making you high. It's the things that are already in your brain that is doing it. So
it's just stopping. It's stopping the wall of disassociation.
It's letting it out, like it leaks it out from the ventricles that like where the neurotransmitters are held in the brain, right? Like, and like lets it leak out, and then you trip because it's your own brain doing that to you. So,
I would call this one right here religious trauma, but also I would say it's also medical trauma.
After stepfather, I just saw that part of it. Somehow I had not.
Yes.
Wow. So you got religious, and then also like assault. I mean, that's imprisoning is like
Yeah, it is assault.
Personal freedom, civil rights kind of violation, right? But even worse than that, because it's like in your home. Like it's yeah. So this is definitely, that would be considered one. And if you think about, okay, so how does it work? Like, how do these things work? What about trauma? I mean, a lot of people have trauma, right? But a lot of people, don't have this level of trauma, right? Or these big things.
I can answer it completely. I can answer this question.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, who's the most pain in the butt people in this world when it comes to ego?
Narcissists?
Gifted people.
Oh yeah. Or narcissists.
Young gifted people. The ones that haven't had all the initiations yet, right?
Yeah.
How cocky were we when we were younger?
I mean, I was shy. Remember, I was really shy. Like, I didn't talk.
Oh, but no, when I had you in private, you were a talker. Are you kidding?
Right, but not around other people. That was very quiet. Unbelievable.
Okay, I must have unlocked that. But
yeah, I was, because I was scared to. Adults were not safe, right?
Well, they're not. But yeah. What I'm trying to say is, like, okay, for example, fellow magicians.
Yeah. The drama kids.
Yeah, like the wounded healers, like we have the ego death, so we're like
right
and like humble now. But like if you caught me in my teens or 20s, I had a chip on my shoulder and ego like
that was me at like 16, 17 before I had there was a short period where I was like that, but it was I don't know how that happened. It was like a period of normalcy.
You got stubborn. And what do you do with something stubborn? They have to learn the hard way.
Oh, hey. Did you call? Learn always. So, but like, this is a well-known phenomenon. Like, we're not just making this up. Okay, there's research behind this. I'm going to post links to articles in the comment, the comment section when this post for replay. It's well known that trauma is the mechanism by which psychic abilities are acquired. Okay, throughout every culture and and like ethnicity, whatever, like all of it. Like trauma is a thing. And why? So like there's a very technical, explanation for it, and I'll give it, and then I'm gonna let Stephanie tell it, and like in normal people terms, like not like in the nerd terms over here like me, so that you guys can understand it better. But I just want to give you guys the background of how it's been studied, by scholars and what they say about it, and then Stephanie can tell you how normal people talk about it, right? Okay. So again, they're the rough initiation, so they're not like the contained ones where they have support, right? So they're always traumatic, okay? And there's an absence of this adequate holding environment capable of supporting the person that's going through this trauma. So in the absence of that village, that original holding environment, there's this feeling that comes over the person that's gone through the trauma that's like it weighs down on us, and it takes us to this place of overwhelm and shame. We know that there was people that were supposed to come to our aid and they failed us, and like we start to begin to understand that the world is not a safe place, like much sooner than the average person does, right? And that's a bad thing, it's bad or good, okay, but it's meant to radically reshape our sense of self. It's meant to break us open to the widest possible experience and identity. It's designed to bring about the death of the current self. It's purposeful trauma that enables us to be open to and receive the understanding of the spiritual and ancestral realms. And when that happens, it mixes with our psyche and begins to create a new one, right? So there's like a death and a rebirth.
So I'm going to explain this part right here in layman's terms because it's very easy to understand. When mommy or daddy or whatever caregiver didn't give you what you needed, okay, you had to look to yourself to either create an imaginary friend or somebody that's a rescuer. Even if it's only yourself, that's the rescuer, okay? So that's going to create more ego. That's going to create more of an identity that you've already formed about yourself. You're going to have a stronger sense of identity. Okay. Right. So then how do you divorce that when you're protecting it so hard? You've got to have a major trauma happen to force you out.
Right. But there's another aspect of this as well, though. There's this part where, like you're saying, we end up compartmentalizing, right? We end up dissociating. So when all of us do this, if we experience something that is so overwhelming for us, we will dissociate, right? We will zone out. Okay. And so this is, so like traditional initiation is described as a contained encounter with death, right? But the kind that we go through and we've gone through is considered an uncontained encounter with death. Like this is severe. It's severe trauma that creates fragments of the psyche. Like the psyche ends up splintering off and into the unconscious mind and leaves pieces of itself behind in different stages or phases or ages of a person, right? So there's little pieces of like 2-year-old me and 6-year-old me and 12-year-old me, you know what I mean? All fragmented all over the place, right? And the same with anyone that's had severe trauma. We lose part of our self, and it kind of just gets lost in the recesses of our shadow.
Yeah, that's why shadow work's so important for people like us as well.
But what it does is it causes this, like when the fragments we leave behind opens up room, okay, that allows for our vibration and our resonance within the universe to change, and that becomes more close to the other side. That frequency becomes closer to the other side, the ancestral and astral realms, than it does here, the living. So we're literally like limit, like it's like we have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that is studied and well known. Like,
so for me, I think personally, I was thinking about this as you're saying it. I've had medical issues my whole life. Okay. Like just my kidneys alone, I know my issues. But I have had medical trauma, and I was thinking about when was my next initiation. And I was thinking to myself, I became a single mother of twins
right.
at 21.
Right.
And I'm talking single mother, not like, oh, the dad's, we don't live together. No, dad wasn't there.
Right.
My parents helped me somewhat, but not, traditionally like parents would. It was different because I was a caregiver. So
yeah, your kids didn't they have problems? Like they had some issues, right?
Yeah, I have a developmentally disabled daughter who is autistic. And my son had some health problems as a baby.
Right.
And so I was doing all of that by myself at 21.
That's interesting because I was thinking right now, I had Ashley when I was 17, right? Like I was 17 days away from my 18th birthday. July 17th. Her birthday's Monday. Love you, Ashley. Happy 27th birthday. How's that possible? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So
I remember when our kids went to elementary school together.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was hearing all that. Yeah, that's another. Yeah. That's back at Walters. Was it Walters?
No, McCardle.
Oh, McCardle. Oh, right. Sorry. Anyways, my medical trauma is not mine. It's my kids, because she was born with a hole in her heart, and like we had to do that whole thing about like is she gonna have to have surgery, and I was 17 by myself, literally no parent help, none. And like I don't even know how I did it. Like I honestly don't. I was on autopilot, right? It was just autopilot, dissociating the whole way, Yeah. And on Mother's Day, when she was 2, she had an echocardiogram done, and it had closed up by itself, and she didn't need to have surgery. And it was but those 2 years was like, I think that aged me so much. Like it was so stressful, right? So it's just been constant shit, right? Like if you guys are people that have like bad luck, it seems like, or just like, my God, like it's just all these events keep happening, right? Like just over and over. It's like those
those might be initiations.
Yeah, it might be, because it's you can't see it when you're in it. You can't.
No.
Like, you'll never know it. You'll never know that that's what it is. You would just be like, why me? Like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, what did I do? Like, did I eat babies in a past life? Like, was I like, like a murderer? Like, you know what I mean? What did I do to deserve this shit?
And you know what, though? Then you have an Akashic reader look at your Akashic records and realize that you've taken on the hardest lifetimes possible in every life, because you're the healer. This is what you do. You're the doctor,
That's the thing. Is also, you need to say this too. It's in your chart. It's in your birth chart if you are a wounded healer. Okay. It's where your Chiron placement is what is associated mostly with this wounded healer phenomenon. Yeah. But the wounded healer, what it means is like, you're fucked up. You can see the fucked up in other people. And let me tell you,
know how to fix it.
As a teacher, when I was teaching high school, it was a little too much for me, because it was so much of that. Like so many of my students had those problems, So
I was gonna say, so my MM asked, how did you ladies handle the dilemma within yourself asking, am I crazy or psychic? You know what? It'd be easier to be crazy. I would love to be crazy.
100%. But yes, 100%. But to your question, okay? To your question, I can tell you right now that I went and I actually got a psych evaluation done at USC. Because I needed to make sure I wasn't fucking crazy. I mean, literally.
I had one privately done here in Fresno as well.
Yeah, this cost me a lot of money, and it's a pretty big file here. Like it's not, it's like 22 pages, and it took 2 weeks for them to do it, and I'm not crazy. Unbelievable.
Hi Hanifa. I was surprised actually that I wasn't crazy. Like I was thinking they were going to come up with some kind of something. I was like, after everything I've endured, like I've got to have some kind of personality disorder at least.
Right. Yep. I was complex trauma. Like my only diagnosis was complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
And, yep. And they took away bipolar. They took away the possible borderline. They took away all of the possibility. They thought maybe, and I was, no, none of that fit for me. And like the only one I have now is, and that's not a mental illness. It's not a personality disorder. It is a circumstantial disorder. Like it's like your husband's hard, and therefore you have stress and anxiety. And
so
interestingly, as it turned out.
And moving on to our most recent initiations, because I think our two big ones for both of us, like we have two adult ones that we got to talk about.
Which one? I mean, I don't even know which one. Like dying in 2016 is definitely one. Right? I mean,
when you died.
Yeah. That one, everyone knows about that. I'm not going to talk about that here. Everybody knows it, but I mean, just mine are now relegated to bad relationships, like just very traumatic people in my life that caused me trauma. Like, it's basically it, right? So I don't know, but what's yours? Talk about yours.
So I had three really big ones that I went through, and I think one, actually, I could say that the two that I'm thinking of could actually be one, and then I had a most recent one. I was initiated for the left-hand path in 2020, and I married myself to my path as a priestess, as a witch, as someone who allows the universe to work me, and therefore I am the energetic worker, and so the formal one was 4 days long, and it was like I knew my home frequency after that. Like everything in my life finally made sense. I finally understood why I'm the wounded healer. Yeah. And I finally understood that I am, because of my trauma, and that's true, because of my trauma, it is easier for me to channel. It's easier for me to be a psychic. It is easier for me to heal because I have hurt in every way possible medically, that I almost died also. I had a botched surgery in 2014 and not 2014, sorry, 2012. And I had to be saved from dying from a systemic infection, kind of like sepsis.
Right.
And the botched surgery left me like disabled, for lack of a better term, because medically I deal with so much. And I was angry for so long because of all of the physical things that I had to deal with, the illnesses, the neurological issues, everything that I deal with. And finally, in this initiation, I learned that all of this was not for nothing. It was for something.
Right. Yeah. When I died, when I died, I went from being like a research scientist, black and white thinking like, nope, none of this is real, and to having to admit, I was wrong. Like I've been trying to avoid acknowledging this situation with hearing things and seeing things for decades. Right. And like, because I have mental illness that runs in my family, I was terrified that was what it was. And I just was like, I'm not going to pay attention to it. But, at the end of the day, dying kind of, there's nothing I could do about that after that point. Like, I saw everything, and I saw like why it, like I saw a lot, like in that time, that 6 minutes.
I'm going to answer Jamie for a second. Guys, save your questions until the end. About your readings. We're going to be running a little late tonight, so we'll save readings towards the end after we're done talking about initiations. But if you have any questions about initiations right now, like, please post it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that what I'm hearing from your experiences is like everything kept bringing you to the brink of like death, and then like you survived it, like the brink of death, and you survived it, the brink of breaking down.
No, no worries, Jamie. It's fine.
Right, that's cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like mentally.
I was brought to the brink of death, and every time, like, when I could figure out how to heal myself, things got better.
So there's a goddess, right? A Hindu goddess. And I cannot, like, goddamn life of me pronounce her name, but like it translates to the goddess never not broken. And there's like this, like the whole thing is that she's on a pile on the floor, just a mess, like crying and writhing and just devastated. And that's where she has her power, is because she keeps rebuilding herself and then falling apart again and then rebuilding. And every time she rebuilds herself, it's like a little bit better version, a little bit better version. So like, you know, that's kind of, I just got mad chills when I said that. Like, so
yeah, it was,
you know, and then later in life, then we did initiations into this practice, right? You got yours. I did mine. I'm solo practitioner. I don't belong to, like, you know, any group. So I did it for myself. And as soon as I accepted that shit, like as soon as I was like, fine, okay, I can hear, like, fine. I hear stuff, I see stuff, and I'm not crazy. I have proof that. So I'm gonna accept it. As soon as that, it just floodgates. Like, so be careful what you wish for. Truly.
Oh yeah, but it was always going to happen. It was always going to be.
Right. Yeah.
And
that's part of the trauma too, though, right? Like, because when we're in denial, because most of us are in denial for some period of time in our life about it, because it's
absolutely. I was in denial for a very long time. I wanted to hold on to the idea of having a husband and kids and being the housewife and like the normal life, hiding, you know, behind it all, and instead of being this woman on fire that I am, you know.
Yeah, you can't go back. And that's the thing, you can't go back. Like once you've had these experiences, whatever experiences you had, like, just think about it. Like, are you a different person than you were before? Like,
absolutely.
If the answer is yes, then those are initiations. Like, if you are not, if you're incapable of going back to the same like mind set and or worldview that you had previously because of your experiences, then those would be considered initiations, because they change everything about you. Like, you're no longer the person that you were before because you died. Like, a part of you died, and now you're building back up again. And that's
right.
What initiations are.
And I mean, that just kind of brings me to when I got my divorce, it was still part of my initiation, even though it was a year later, because I had gone and decided to give a sacrifice to Hecate and just say, here, take it all. Yeah. I don't know what to do with it anymore. I know that I have these abilities. I know that I have this supernatural power of some sort, and I'm just giving it all to you because there must be a reason, you know?
Yeah. And that, like, I don't know about you, but like, here's the other thing that I'll say too, is I think that we all that have this knew it deep down somewhere. Like as a kid, I remember walking to school and back, and these crows that lived up, you know, in the telephone pole would literally fly and follow me as I walked to school. And I thought I was imagining it, right? But now I know that I wasn't, because they're smart as hella smart birds, right? Like, they know.
Yeah.
And I would also think things like, I hope this happens to somebody, and it would fucking happen a lot. Like, and it would be kind of shocking, because it would be like like I almost got scared that I was like Firestarter. Remember that movie Firestarter with Drew Barrymore?
Yeah. Yes.
Like, I was like almost like, oh my God, I gotta not think these things because they happen. In fact, I got a reputation for it, like in Fresno, right? Like, I got a reputation for, don't hang out with her because bad shit will happen to you. Like, you know, because
I remember that.
People that would do bad things to me would get bad things happening to them. I had no part. I mean, I didn't do anything about it.
It's called highly favored by your ancestors.
Like, I mean, and that's the thing. So if you're one of those people too, that like when people mess with you, you know damn well you don't have to do it. Lift a finger. You know that they're going to see theirs, and you're probably going to hear about it.
Oh yeah.
That's yeah, definitely. It's not like we're doing it. It's just like the universe is kind of evening the score, I guess, so to speak. Right? Like, I mean, it's horrible, but like, shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's a thing. And I'd have to say, like, my initiations after being initiated formally, like, were much more like, I'm not as traumatized.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly the point. Like
I have an understanding of it. Like I have an understanding of that this is an initiation.
Right.
And I'll explain my last one because people are going to want to know this. So I was in a relationship that is now what I consider a rebound relationship. After being with my husband for so long, I kind of got in a relationship, and my like toxic trait is seeing all the good in people that source sees in them. I see all ways that source loves them and that they're connected to source, even if they don't see it or they don't actually portray that out in the world.
Yeah, it's not in this iteration of them, but it's somewhere.
Right. I see their soul.
Yeah. We have the same thing. So her and I have the exact same initiation this last time at the same time, basically, right? Yeah, it is the same time. We met them at the same time.
Yeah, within a few months of each other.
Yeah. And then yeah. So both of us same. And what's this initiation for, Stephanie? What's the point of this one? I know what it is, but.
Well, this one was to show us that we don't need to give ourselves away like we do. Our primary relationship is to our path.
Right. That we have to honor ourselves and not put up with bullshit.
Because the moment we start to put up with bullshit, or we start to lose parts of ourselves, right? Because we're compromising parts of ourselves at this point to be in the relationship, right? We're letting go of all these key parts of us that are here to be the healer, that are here to heal others through our channel.
And that's the thing. So when you're on this path, if you're a person that's had initiations, when you do get to this point, which hopefully you do, because not everybody does, to be honest. No, they don't. Some of them succumb.
They die.
They die. They drug addiction, crime, whatever, to cope, right? But you'll see that shit is thrown your way that is literally intentionally meant to try to trip you up and make you end up that way, not continue on with what you're doing. Because
I was 3 months post-divorce, and this guy love bombs me and moves into my house 2 weeks after meeting me.
Yeah. I mean, no, mine didn't move in, but yeah.
Wouldn't leave me alone in the interim before that. And I was thinking, oh, he just, this is love. This is, because he had me spinning and my head wasn't right already because I had just gotten out of a 10-year relationship. I needed time. But instead, I was in so much shock that everything had gone on. Even though I knew it was an initiation, I just kind of was shocked. And then this test comes with this person, and it's like, okay, do you fall into the old role and stay in this old role of diminishing yourself and who you are for somebody else?
Of replaying parent wounds, because that's what we're doing. We're replaying the way we were treated as kids because it's familiar.
Right.
We're familiar with being treated like shit because our families did it to us because, and even though we're like, that's dumb. What? I wouldn't do that. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. You don't even know it because it's subconscious. It's a thing that happens without our thinking.
I fall into the caretaker role. How about you?
Yeah, same. I mean, because, and then the other thing on top of this is also it's easier to solve other people's problems than your own, right? So if I'm focused on helping someone else out, I'm not having to worry about my own shit. So
right,
that's a thing too. Because it's not easy, to overcome a lot of this stuff, right? It's not. We have
not at all. And so with this last one, I loved him so much, and I put him on a pedestal, and I started seeing red flags, and I started seeing red flags in me too. Let's be honest about that. Yeah. I saw myself giving away all of my power, giving away all of my time and freedom to somebody who was just taking, right. and not giving me even a quarter of what I was giving.
Right. Yeah. I mean, mine was that there was not like taking that of like stuff, you know what I mean? Like, because we weren't living together, but like it was a lot of emotional trauma. It was this one was emotional for me, like hardcore. Because yeah, I was fucking like totally in love. Like I thought this was my person. I thought I was gonna get married, like literally.
Yeah.
Like literally. Like I was like done. Like I would have absolutely done it. No, not even thinking about it. Like done. And I mean 100%.
Same.
And I yeah, and then it was just boom, like this fucking like, oh my God. Like it's bad. I mean, it's been months and I'm still like healing from it. And it's hard because they make it hard, right? Like people like this make it hard, and like the universe makes it hard because it's a lesson. It's like, are you gonna continue with the shit that you were born into, or are you gonna forge a new path and break this curse that you have, like your family curse, this ancestral trauma, generational trauma, whatever you want to call it? Because somebody's got to do it, right? Otherwise, our kids all suffer. So
yes, exactly. Somebody's got to do it, and it's us. I mean, it's like that saying, "There's no adultier adult." You don't have an adultier adult, guys. You just don't. You're the adult.
Terrifying, right? that moment you look around the room and you go, "Shit, it's me. I'm the adult." Oh my God, what a lie! What a ruse this whole adult thing has been this whole time. Like,
for sure. For sure.
What the fuck they were doing? No, they don't. None of us do. We're all winging it every day. Everybody is like,
all of us, you know. But like, I look at this last initiation, and I know I brought it on. I mean, but I know that I did it because I knew in my heart of hearts, I'm this far along the path that I know in my heart of hearts when I'm out of alignment. I know. Yeah. I know when I'm out of alignment on my path.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I knew I was.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I saw slipping back into toxic behaviors. Like I saw myself like doing the things that I had fought so hard to not do. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like, I knew it was going to be over, but like, still it sucks. It's still hard, right? They're not meant to be easy. That's the whole point. Like if it was easy, what's the challenge in that, right? I guess we're super badass though, right? Like our higher self must be amazing. Like we're like rock stars because we're like looking at this life going, I got this. No problem.
Yeah.
All that. No problem.
Ambitious, for sure.
All the stuff we just talked about and what much more we did not share with you guys. There's so much more. But like the stuff that we said, like we're sitting there going, oh, on Earth with people, with emotions, no problem. We got this. We're good. We can do this with our hands tied behind our back. Okay.
Right.
So I'm excited to like go back and sync back up with that version of myself. You know?
So, I always say I feel like I'm probably Tyler Durden on the other side from Fight Club.
Right. Yeah. Like I'm on Joan of Arc over here. Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm like cut up, bruised, like got a black eye, you know, smoking a cigarette, probably, like, you know. That's the kind of healer that you guys want, though, on your side. And actually, I was going to say this before I finish about my latest initiation. We both mentor. Right. We both, if you feel like you have the healing path, or you know somebody who does, or somebody who's having the witch call, I definitely mentor one-on-one, and it's on my website, thegypsysiren.com, and you can book me in my spiritual counseling. It's like $50 an hour, and what it is I figure out what you need.
Right. So yeah, like I think that the healing thing, I want to make it clear that. So when I was told I was like a healer, I was like, what the fuck are you? I'm so like blunt and like bad bedside manner. Like I'm thinking of like doctors and nurses, right? Like that's what I'm thinking. That's not that some people, yeah, absolutely. But healing is a huge like industry. It's a huge practice. Like it can be anything. It can be just the way you talk to people that resonates with those people specifically. Like that's my, like for me, it's yeah, like I'm kind of rude, I'm kind of blunt, like I'm very curt, you know, like I don't beat around the bush, and I don't lip service you like ever. So I say what's on my mind, and I say a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like that, but for some people that's exactly what they need. And Stephanie has her own way of doing it, and that's exactly what those people that find her need. And it's so
Yes, and it's so true. And I have to say that you're like amazing. Actually, you helped put my mind back together after my latest initiation. You helped me tremendously.
I didn't even see. I have no idea what you're even talking about. Like so, and that's the thing. It's like we just like being in. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that from people, and I'm like, okay, you're welcome. Like I don't really know what I did, but it happens a lot like that, and it's just being there and holding space for somebody in the way that they need it, right? Like and that because the whole point of the wounded healer is to be able to talk from it, talk about it, talk to it, and of it, the wound that is. And you're never fully healed. No one ever is. And the reason for that is so that you can keep that little fire going so that you can help people. And they will find you. Like, so yeah, if you guys like are not sure, if you feel like you could it's like this, you know, you were supposed to do something in this life, but you don't know what it is. It's like this, I know I'm meant for something, but I just don't know what. Like,
we can lead you to it.
Yeah. Like that's the feeling that you will have if this is like a path for you. And again, it's not being a doctor or nurse. It could be, you could be doing skincare. You could be doing any kind of thing that deals with people.
It could be art. It could be music. It's so many things because the healing vibration, the healing energy is Shakti energy. It's source energy going through you. So it can manifest in so many different ways. Mine just happens to be sending energy to others to heal their pain.
Right.
And that's because I experienced and still experience medical issues that cause me so much pain. It's more pain than a stomach cancer, actually. I don't tell people that often.
that makes sense. So that I just put two and two together. I can't believe I'm this slow right now. But so yours is about healing, like physical healing through energy. Mine is about mental, right? Because my problems have all been mine has been the severe, oh my God, I just saw something right there. Okay. I've been this severe anxiety and panic, right? Not depression. I've never had depression. I've always been anxious as fuck and panicked and just scatterbrained, right? Like just all over the place. So that's how I help. That's the thing that I focus on with people is like to get them to think on a more rational, like, on a clearer path.
You give them the roadmap about how to think more. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's just more mindful, really, and like understanding self. Like you're really great at leading people to understand themselves.
Well, when you have the information, it's a lot harder to then be a victim of this unknown thing, right? Like when you don't know what it is, it could be anything, and your mind can just go crazy, right? But once you have an answer, like what it is, then you can work with it and you can overcome it. But until you do, you're kind of fucked, right? Like you've got to find it. So that's a process. It took me 40 years. 40 years. And like our goal is to make it so that you guys don't take 40 years. Like,
right.
Learn
by listening.
Like
for sure.
Learn through our hard, learning the hard way escapade. We could have like a book series about this stuff, honestly. Like,
oh, absolutely. If anybody knows any ghostwriters, but
so yeah, if you guys have questions, like if you have experience, put them in there. You want to do questions now? Like,
let me just finish about my latest initiative. I'm so sorry. And so my latest one, guys, actually, I threw a glass on the Crossroads Railroad track in front of my art studio on an eclipse day. And I said a prayer to Papa Legba.
Nice.
And he's always been there for me. So
you gotta be careful with him, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he and I, it's a whole thing, but he's like St. Peter. He's the liminal,
Yeah. Like, I mean, just for other people, like, unless you know how to do it, don't do it.
Right. Well, it yeeted me out of my life. And, I kept it open to just give me what I need.
Right.
It wasn't even give me what I want, because I knew what I wanted wasn't healthy for me. It was give me what I need.
And that is part of this path also, is about the difference of, working from that place of survival right? Where it's like
Mhm.
what I want, because when we're in survival, it's odd. Our needs are taken care of somehow, right? But like it's all about what we want. We want it. Even when it's toxic. But when we get a little older and we've had a lot of this shit happen to us, it's like suddenly we're like, wait a minute. This is not the smartest thing anymore. And that's that moment where you know that like you're at that end of this cycle of just nonstop Lifetime movie excerpts, right? Like that's, I mean, 'cause that's what it has been. Like I saw someone comment
Yes.
on that earlier, and I was like, yes, but they wouldn't believe. Lifetime would not have us. They'd be like, no,
They'd be like, no, you guys are too crazy. We
yeah,
can't
no
do
one's
it.
doing no, like okay, crazy person, yeah. Like,
So anyway, so the night that was the catalyst, I had done my usual thing, had a great day, everything was fine. And then in the evening, I was having symptoms of kidney infections, and I had been battling one. And my body started going into what felt like a possession, actually. And I had a visitation from Aida Wado, who is the creation snake. And I had never had a vision take over so completely like this one. And I saw rainbows everywhere. I saw her up, like coming through the ceiling. And I felt her, which was the most ancient thing, like old creation feeling that I had. And it's so bad because I felt her inside me.
right.
And I started trying to induce puking, like
Yeah.
throwing.
You're dying, by the way.
I was telling my partner at the time, you have to make me throw up. And he was trying to help. And like, I was like, you got to take me to the ER. Something's wrong with me. Like something's really wrong. And, I went to the ER 4 times that week. I almost died twice. My kidneys were infected. My potassium was at 0. My adrenals were affected. And I almost died.
Yep.
I was also dehydrated. And with all of my medical issues, just one of those things could put me out. But it was compounded.
Yep.
And I went tachycardic twice. And my partner at the time, this is my most recent ex, broke up with me.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
And it broke my heart so bad.
In the hospital while you're dying.
Yeah. He didn't believe I was dying. He thought that I was having a mental breakdown because he doesn't believe in what I do. We have very different belief systems. And when you're with somebody like us, you can't deny it unless you want to say the person's crazy.
Right.
But there's how's this kind of crazy then?
It's so funny how they always say that they like, oh, witchy girl's so cool. And then it's like, as soon as shit starts getting real, they're like, you know, right? Every time.
All of a sudden, yeah.
All of a sudden they're Christian all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, going back to church and shit, right?
Yep, exactly. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, he was doing that. You know? So yeah. This is she was literally dying, and we're 210 miles apart from each other. And that whole week I was like messaging her, not her, but her friend, Megan, and her ex, like, hey, what's going on with Stephanie? I hadn't heard anything, but I was like, and I don't know why I didn't call her, but I didn't, and it turned out she was in the hospital. Every time I would call, she would be in the hospital. And I was like, so I mean, it was like that bad to where like even hundreds of miles away, I was like, something, I don't know why, something's wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
something's not right. And like, it was scary, and I felt shaken to my core. And my whole idea of how the rest of my life was going to go was changed in a minute.
I just realized how symbolic this is for you. Like, I don't know if you know this yet, if you put this together, but you were literally like killing yourself to make that relationship fit. You were like suppressing parts of you in favor
Mhm.
of them, and
Mhm.
emotionally, and it played out somatically, like for you, like literally,
Mhm.
and it was like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
man,
When
yeah,
our body decides to reject our current situation, it will do everything to do so.
yeah, it will. Yep, it will. And that's what psychosomatic, that's what a somatic response is to trauma, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that happened. And after that, my healing abilities have gotten better.
Right.
My medium abilities have gotten clearer. I'm no longer even using cards. I use them for funsies, but like I don't even have to. Like my channel's just so connected now.
Right. That's the thing is after each one of these instances, right? Like each one of these events in our lives, there was a thing that was kind of like unlocked at each one, at each turn, right? Like it
Mm-hmm.
like there was a new thing that would come up or an enhanced thing, right? And that's part of the sign too. So that's another thing to look out for if you think you might be an experiencer of initiations in your life. Like, did you increase your ability to see spirits, to your intuition get more intense? Like what, those things are also good to look out for if you're confused and you don't know, right?
Right. Like the whole body jerking things that we get. Do you guys get those? Like,
yeah, yeah.
experienced that? Like, it's so funny when it takes over, but it's like when we get the chills, that's an affirmation,
Right. But these are
Guys,
different. These are like seizures. Like they are like I think it's a seizure. Like I swear it's like I can't even. That's so, and it's new. It is new. It's weird.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it only happens when I'm channeling. Only happens when that's
Yeah.
happening. So
Yeah. So it's a cellular like reaction, right, to the energy going
like
through you.
electricity. It's electric. It's energy. So
Yeah.
and we're electric beings. Our brains are in joules and hertz, right? You know what I mean? Like that's how they're measured. So it's an electric circuit. So when you have
Yep.
another energy come in and like hijack your system, yeah, it's going to short you out a little bit and you have some little jerks, like that you can't control, but you feel them coming on and you're like, no, no, oh, there it is. It's just like it's interesting to say the least, but
Yeah.
I don't like it very much, but hey, whatever. So yeah,
And so
yeah,
yeah,
now you are more in tune. You're not using cards as much
I'm
anymore.
not, and I'm also so this whole situation had me move out of my house.
Don't even. Okay, yeah.
Had me change my life around, like completely everything. I'm now living with my dad, which is actually really good because he's elderly, and he needs me more.
Yeah.
And I'm able to help more with my daughter, who is an adult, but she's developmentally disabled. So it's actually a good thing. And I'm actually getting to start over with my garden. I have my animals still with my own spot here, and just getting to reestablish my life in a new way and be shamanistic.
Right. Yeah. So these are our initiations, guys. Like that's how they work. It's not like, hey, I'm initiating you into the practice of witchcraft. Nope. No one's going to do that for, I mean, you could, someone will, somebody
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
will.
I mean you can do formal ceremonies and
Yeah,
stuff, and that's
that's
going
not,
to be a blast, and it's going to help you like put things together for yourself. But the real deal ones are the ones that bring you to the brink of death.
yeah, those initiations don't do that for you. You're like now part of a coven or a group
Or
or
club.
that's it. You get some knowledge, that's always helpful. Always good to learn. Please do your studying and research like of your stuff. If you think you might be on this path, like give it the respect it deserves, right? Like, take the time to like research stuff and know what you're talking about. Like know because you'll be surprised how much stuff will so serendipitously like hit a nerve with you, like that you're like, what? Just like that 12-year-old thing, like the 12-year-old girl, only the female. That's it, only for females in the Islami tribe get kicked out at 12. I mean, what are the odds of that? You know what I mean? Like that's one of those things for me that really helped me. And I don't look at it like I'm a victim of it anymore. Now I look at it like it had to happen.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It helps us. It's such a great tool to show us that, yes, this had to happen so that you're this way now, you know?
Yeah.
And I think we're ready now to open up to questions, guys. Please like and share also to let everybody know about our show and let people come on and join the conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna have some guests coming up too, right? Like we have, we're gonna start filling up like our guest slots, right? We'll have people on that talk about other stuff like palmistry and things like that. We're not very well versed on, right? We're gonna try to like
Right. Yeah, we're gonna try and find. Oh, wait, we had somebody that we needed to try and find. So, Morningstar, if you ever are watching this, because I the one that was talking to us, if you can find one of us on our websites and email us, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to come. He said he didn't want to go. He said he'd do his voice, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Felicia. Okay.
Felicia, hello. Yeah. Okay, hey guys. So let's see. What did she say? Okay. So, hey guys, I have talked to Anna about the research I'm doing after my first reading. I was so amazed by it that I wanted to start doing my own research as far as scammers, legit readers. Oh, cool. Okay, what's the question? I have a question. Please ask your question, Felicia.
I'm gonna get a different deck. This deck's too big for my little tiny hand.
And Jamie, I see yours about you actually have coded before when you had cancer. That is definitely an initiation. You just kind of have to put the puzzle pieces together. Okay, so
glad you made it.
Yeah. Okay, working on podcasts, 6 to 15 readers have told me same thing about the outcome of my marriage. 9 were just random general statements.
Okay. Right. I mean, I will like
6 I did. 4 were Zoom interviews and all said same thing about our marriage. On point about my husband's medical. What do you see? Okay, hold on. Sorry, it was too long of a question. No, it's fine. Okay, a little bit simplify. Do this. Okay, so something about your marriage. Okay, I see something about your husband's lungs. In fact, I feel somebody sitting on my chest right now. Does your husband have something terminal, Felicia?
No question.
I'm hearing that you're going to be a widow soon, or that you're worried about being a widow.
Okay.
Can you answer me yes or no?
You're gonna have a hard. Let's see.
I'm also feeling numbness in my feet. No. Okay.
Okay. I got. So it's about. The question is about their marriage. Did you have a question about your marriage, like, or they just told you stuff, like they were just telling you stuff, random stuff? I will say this, and FYI, it's never like advisable to get a whole bunch of readings at once because, like, I mean, we do that though. Like, I mean, people do that. Like, if you get a reading you don't like, you'll go to a different one. But that kind of confuses the energy out there. Like, actually, like, we've seen this a lot. Like, when I'm in those groups of people that read cards, so the same person will cycle in through like all of them and like kind of cherry pick. You know what I mean? So you're supposed to wait. Like, I think it's like, I mean, 2 weeks. I think at least between readings, right? So that the energy can kind of clear out. Otherwise, it's just a whole bunch of like it's just going to be guesses at that point after somebody's already read you. You know what I mean? Like, kind of mix up the energy. So, like we would in our group, I used to have a group, a tarot reading group. We wouldn't let people ask questions more than like once every couple of weeks because of that.
Yeah.
It becomes like a collective thing.
She said so. No, I worry, and yes. Okay, so
yes,
what was the yes part to Felicia? It was because of research.
Oh, okay. So, hmm.
Oh, she asked them because of research. Got it.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Right. So, I just see, like, I'm just seeing that, like, heartbreak. Like, I'm seeing heartbreak. So my cards are saying, like, I've got let's see, I've got 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords. So there's, like, I don't know if there's, like, some decision that you're making with your husband. Are you guys, like, it's like there's 2 choices, right? Like, but you don't have the information for either choice, enough of it. Like, you don't have all of the info you need to make the right choice. I don't know if this is about work or, like, moving. I don't have any idea. Like, if there's something, though, it looks like there's something you have to do, like a choice coming up. And this choice is leaving you, like, the energy that's after that is 9 of Swords and 3 of Swords. Which is, like, so if you guys are trying to decide on something right now, I would hold off on it, because it doesn't look like all of the info is available, and if it could lead to making the wrong decision. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm seeing. And I got the same cards twice. Like, I did it twice. Like, I pulled them out twice. And yeah, so just, I don't know. Like, if you guys have to do some kind of, like someone wants to make a choice, like, and they're trying to pressure you about it, like, don't put up with that. Like, take your time. Just take your time on anything you guys are doing. Because haste will bring, what? Haste will bring, okay, weird. I just heard, like, the weirdest phrase right now in my head. Haste will bring waste. Like, I don't know where, like, what is that about? It was like some old guy saying that. What the hell? Like, what does that mean?
Well, it was definitely for her.
Haste bring waste. What does that mean? Like, I don't understand, like, that meant. I don't understand what that means. Yeah, it looks like you need to, I don't know. I just see, like, that there's people talking about, like, 9 of Swords also is, feeling like you're up at, like, someone's up at night stressing about people talking about them, or, like, gossip or rumors. Like, that's another thing too. So it could be that there's a stress about people talking about you guys, or it could be that will happen. Like, so it's either one of those 2 things. Like, if you make this, I don't know, like, it's negative going forward. So I would take my time and not rush anything if you have to make a decision right now. But that's today's energy, right? And the thing is, tarot is what, Stephanie? It's only these readings, like, they're only good for
tool.
Yeah. What?
It's a tool. I mean,
it's not set in stone ever, right?
No, it's never set in stone. No. But I'm going to stand by what I said, actually, because I really do feel about the widow thing, and I really do feel like he has an illness or something with his lungs. And
like, what's going on?
It's clear as my channel is. So
I definitely seen something like that, like heartbreak. 3 of Swords.
An exit point is coming, I believe, but that's just my belief.
How old is he? Like, yeah, how old is your husband? Are you guys young? I have no idea how old you guys are. So, like, we have no idea. But, Chariot. Yeah. Something's coming up for you guys. But take your time with it, whatever it is. Again, there's no information here that's you guys just don't have all of it. There's more needs to be revealed, right? Like, there's a blindfold on there. There's something, you're blind to something right now. Weird. Yeah. Does anyone else have questions? 33. Oh, his dad has COPD.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
Okay. And here's dad. Okay. So, yeah, like, all right. Jesus Christ. Like, that's, my cards are like the heartbreak cards, dude. Like, literally. Like, the cards are the 3, like, the heart with the 3 swords stabbed in it, right?
I was like, somebody's got it.
Okay, yeah, I know. Like,
well,
okay.
Thank you, and that's what's coming up. Just be forewarned.
So there's, so there's something that you don't see all of it right now.
Okay, Jamie says, do you see me becoming successful, as in wealthy in the future? I want to leave generational wealth for my family and leave a positive impact in the world. So, Jamie, I actually, for you, I see that you're going to be comfortable later in life, but I don't see you having generational wealth.
I see you having to fight off other people that come like trying to ride your coattails. Like have like as soon as you get a little bit of a higher ground, there's gonna be hungry people are gonna be there trying to come and take over your hilltop. You know what I mean? Like knock you off of your high horse. Yeah, like there's bitterness and resentment here, like for like when you do well, people are gonna be super jealous about it, like envious, not in a good way, like in a bad way. Why are people like that? Do you know what I mean? Like why?
Yeah.
People like I don't get it.
I don't know, but for Jamie, I definitely see you being comfortable later in life. I see you having kids and grandkids. I see things getting like comfortable for you. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's what
not showy.
No, but your means are met. You got extra, you know, but you're not like rolling in it, right? Like basically the American dream kind of shit, like that.
Yeah.
Like you know. So yeah, like that's a good thing, and I think that the legacy you leave behind is hard work pays off. To your
yes, kids, right? and stability. I see that as well. Stability, as in you'll have like a calm center for your children and grandchildren, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and you're set. You'll be the one that sets that precedent for the future going forward. That then will achieve that. You know what I mean? Like then they will be able to achieve it by the work you lay the foundation here.
Mm-hmm.
Right for your kin going forward.
Let's see. Okay, so Sarah, ask your question, please. And Kelsey wants to know. Let's see, any spirit coming through for me? Kelsey.
Children?
I'm gonna do some cards while I see if there's anybody for Kelsey.
Is that a pregnancy question or is that just like overall?
Children, I see 2 children. Is that a boy and a girl? And I can't tell actually if they're like the babies circling around or if these people are actually relatives of some sort. They have blonde hair. These children, these spirits that are here. And I'm going to let everybody know, like, one question per for us, because anything other than that, like anything more in depth, we have to do donations to our PayPals or go to our websites and do a psychic reading there. Let's see. So, Kelsey, did you have 2 spirit guides growing up, like, or imaginary friends that would come to you and sit on the edge of your bed or come to you when you were sleeping? Because that's what I'm getting from these 2.
So cold. Oh. Okay.
So Kelsey said, overall, anything that you get for her.
Okay.
Oh, Kelsey, no, you shouldn't be terrified. Those were spirit guides. Yeah, as a child, yes. They're still with you.
Mm-hmm. So anything that comes up, I'm seeing. Okay. Oh. Okay. So yeah, like it looks like you have. I don't know. Are you like in denial about yourself, like about your own ability to yeah? I feel like you're like you have you're scared to take a look at yourself about like, oh, maybe I can see stuff and hear stuff and like maybe I could do this myself. You know what I mean? Like I think that's a thing for you. And yeah, like I mean, there's like it's you need to take a look at yourself and see what you're trying to hide from other people, and you need to instead bring it out because you're like trying to suppress something. It looks like you've been trying to like kind of keep part of yourself under the radar, but like that's not conducive to your path that you're supposed to be on, right? It's not. I also saw 2 kids also, but like I don't know if they were boy or girl. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get anything like that. I just saw 2 when you asked originally. But yeah, there's like a lot of emotion. Maybe your emotions get a little heated, like a little unruly, and that like there's a lot of water energy. So
Felicia wants to know how she can donate to PayPal. So on the below right here on our banner, Felicia, it says our PayPals.
Yeah.
And it also has our websites that you can go to book a reading as well.
Yeah. And like Kelsey, like it looks like you're juggling like 2 aspects of yourself. So like I don't know, you have like a different version of yourself that you don't let other people see when you're like at work and stuff. You know what I mean? Like the secret you kind of thing. It's like looks like that's going to become, if that's the case, it's going to become less and less easy. Like it's not going to be easy to keep doing this like over time. There's going to be a time where you're going to have to just like bite the bullet and just be yourself authentically. It's a hard thing to do sometimes.
It is.
What that means though, like yeah, same thing. Worried about people thinking weird stuff about you. Worried about people talking. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Kelsey. Let's see. Sarah H says, "What do you guys see about the guy I recently met and am talking to?" Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one. So for some reason in my mind's eye right now, it was playing. Have you ever seen the movie 16 Candles, Sarah? It is definitely, he has Jake Ryan energy. So if you know what I mean, comment for me, because
Jake Ryan, the preppy one, right?
The preppy one. Felicia, down in our banner, it should say our PayPals and
trigger warning,
our website.
Yeah.
Yes, she's seen that movie. Okay, good. So you know what I'm talking about. So total Jake Ryan energy. Okay. I feel like he's humble.
Do you have? I mean, yeah. I would hope if I knew I had an initial, even like first initial, I hope to connect. But I see. It looks like there could be a start. I mean, it looks like there's a fair. That's not the word I'm looking for. There's an actual. There's potential here for it to be the start of something. It looks like. But I don't know how long lasting that'll be. I mean, actually, like it looks like this person has like decent ethics and morals, like stuff.
I'll be right back.
Okay. That's so funny. I was just gonna like fail because I'm freezing, like turning purple right now. Like my arms are so cold. Oh. Yeah. Kelsey was hey. Hi, Cole. Hi, Rafita. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like that. Looks like you guys could actually. I mean, it looks like you could start something with them if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing anything tragic right now yet. No, just like keep your guard up a little bit. Be safe. Like make sure that they're not playing you for any reason. Whatever. Like I don't see that here. I'm just saying it's always wise to just keep your guard up. Your wits about you, right? Don't let yourself get carried away and like romance and shit. That's toxic.
Right. Hi, Rafita. Hi, Cole.
You're welcome, Kelsey.
Yes. You're welcome.
Yeah, yourself.
So any other questions for us, Rafita? Okay.
What's up, Rafita? Why is RS suddenly chasing me after I pull? Well, let me see. Because we always want what we can't have.
Rafita. Just causing broken hearts everywhere, I swear to you.
She is. She's a vicious vicious vixen over here, Rafita. She is like very beautiful girl, and yeah, she can just, she's got all the guys on the heart string. Yeah, Cole.
It's that law of the jungle, Rafita. They want the prize. They want, you're the specimen, right?
Yeah, if you pull away, suddenly it's like, well, wait a minute, did she go somewhere else? So it's that mystery. So when you're too available, I know I've told you this before, too available, then nah, they're like, eh. But as soon as you reel it in a little bit, like, they're all about it. So it's all a dumb game, Okay.
No.
No.
No, just whatever you feel like donating is fine.
Cole, what's the question?
Okay.
Oh, right, and that's the normal, Rafita, is like if they pull back, I pull back too. Hello, yeah, that's normal. And then they're like, what is that? They're coming to Cole. I can't.
Okay, so give us a sec. We'll go one by one here. Okay. So, Rafita, we got you. Cole says, can you do me? Okay.
Yep.
Cole, what does your future look like?
Okay. In what regard? Like in what area?
Yeah. Do you want career, family? Like, what do you want?
Oh. I gotta turn the air off. I'm freezing. I'm like literally.
Okay. Do it.
Yeah.
Job and family. Okay. Cole, give me a second.
Wait, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah. I see you being interested in flying or airplanes. For some reason, I feel like you're interested in flying airplanes. Or maybe even astronaut stuff, space stuff.
Sorry. Alien.
Sorry. Why? I feel like you like you're an adventurous, okay? And no.
Shit.
Man. I don't know why.
Get recruited for space. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Recruited for space.
I'm joking.
Force, right?
It's being silly. I'm so cold right now. Oh my god, I'm so cold. I just cleaned the energy out. I just was clearing out because there's a lot of stuff in. I feel like
he just said yes to something. So what was it? Cole, what did you just say yes to? Was it the adventurous part? Because I honestly do see you. Maybe it's, think about all the different experiences you could have. The adventure part. Okay. Where you're in a plane or jumping out of a plane or flying a plane, or it's definitely flight is going to be involved. As far as family goes, I see you having a family by the age of 30.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Anna, do you want to?
I might. Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to get this out. I have like a thing here.
Okay.
Like, no, there's a thing. I saw this thing over here next to me.
Mm-hmm.
A minute ago. Like, hit again. That wasn't. So the other night, I was hanging out at my house, friend, and yeah, there was like a thing, like a person, like a kid, I guess, right? And it was wearing a yellow jacket, and I was like jumping around. I just saw it right fucking next to me a second ago, like literally standing like right here, and I was like, oh. So I'm kind of trying to clear it out.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Because I don't know where it came from.
Somebody else's.
Yeah, it's not mine.
Yeah.
So it's very solid.
Like I thought it was Lucy, but she's not here. So that's not that kind of scares me, you know, like when I think my kid's right there and then she's not even
Right.
yeah. So I needed a second. Sorry. I was like, that's why I just got this. I just went and got my like
Yeah, it started clearing it out. Yeah, guys, sound breaks up energy.
yeah.
So it's helpful. Okay.
I don't know. It's a spirit.
We don't even know. Okay, so thank you, Cole. Anna, did you want to add to?
Yeah, I'm pulling right now. Sorry.
Okay, and then we have Felicia next.
Yeah, this is about. Cool. Okay. I mean, you don't have a kid, right? Nobody here. There's nobody here. Like nobody here, right? That has like a kid on the other, right?
On the other side,
No,
or
right?
knows somebody
No,
that passed
the
away
other
in
day,
childhood.
Yeah, they was here the other day, so like, I doubt it, but yeah, it's like maybe 12. I think it's a boy. Anyways, I can't really see it. I mean, I can't see it dead on, but it's wearing a yellow jacket. They are wearing a yellow jacket, rather. This is about. Cole, looks like there's some kind of, I don't know. Did you have someone totally screw you over in the recent past? Like, did you get screwed over? Somebody like backstab you or something? I don't know. It looks like you have to change the way you interact. Wait, hang on, let me think of what I'm going to say. It looks like there's like something bad that happened, and now you're going to have to start changing how you interact with people going forward to kind of protect yourself from that. I don't know. Like, let's see. But there's also, I hate doing that. Like, I don't like that. You know, like I hate that when we can't let people win, right? We can't let people win.
No.
Yeah, we can't let win. Like, two. Wait, what? Oh my god, I'm reading the comments right now. Okay, change the way.
My kid's half brother, he was 2. There we go.
Okay, I think it's a little bigger than that. But yeah, I don't know. 2-year-old was a big kid. Like, I mean, like how tall? I don't know. Like maybe 3.5 feet. How tall is someone that's 3.5 feet? Or how old is someone that's 3.5 feet tall? I don't know.
Right.
Like brown hair. Like it's a yellow windbreaker. Like not like a bright yellow one, like kind of a muted yellow. I don't know. I feel like I see out of the corner of my eye. I thought it was my kid though. Like I was like, yeah, like, yeah, you can't. So I think it's like this. Like it's like, okay, whatever happened in the past, like don't let. Okay, so maybe the message is more like this. Like instead of letting yourself have to change how you interact with people because of some bad actor, bad seed, you know, like don't let the one bad apple spoil the bunch kind of thing. Like, you know, I don't know, like stay like how you like. Don't let other people change you just because they treat you like badly or something bad happens. We gotta not let that happen because then they win, right? Like they win, and that's what I like see is like it's a message to tell you to like stay how you are, and even when people make you want to give up on that shit, like make you want to not be so nice anymore.
Okay, so I wanna move on now to there's a lot going on here.
I see that now. Oh my god.
Okay. So I think Cole, thank you for asking your questions. Felicia, now let's get in depth with you since you donated and we can go a little bit more in depth.
Big boy, like, you know what, girl? Dude, I was talking to you that day that I saw it. I was talking to her.
Okay.
Later that night, like after we got off the computer, I had my friend over and I saw that like
the yellow raincoat, yes, and boots.
No way.
Oh my god.
No. Oh my god, if you have are you serious?
Okay, that was a perfect tell.
What the fuck? Yeah, I guess it's like 3.5 feet tall. I don't know, like this kid looks like, I feel like he's pretty new. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's not been like on that. Like he just popped, like, and he was doing like this, like that. Like like I was watching TV and I was we're watching TV and I just saw this kid pop up from behind the chair and like do that thing at me, and I was like, and my friend was like, "What?" And I was like, "You didn't see that?" Like, because I assume everyone else can see it, right? Like always. And he's like, "No, I didn't see it." But then he's like, "I feel it though. I feel he's like." I actually went to the bathroom and I left him.
That's why he came through so strong. She says he was like my own.
Okay, so hang on. What day were we? Let me make sure. Okay, hang on. So this was day before yesterday is the first time I saw it. Day before yesterday. Wait, we're on Friday right now. So it was Wednesday night. Is that when we were talking, Felicia?
He
were we
passed November 30th, Felicia.
Wait,
so this is
like
fairly recent.
Like just last year, almost a year? Is that, or no, like just recent. Like, no, it's gonna be almost almost a year coming up in this next November, right? Is that what you're saying? Because it seemed like he was a new.
Yeah, which would make sense because they come over so like vivid when they're new.
Very. Like I thought it was Lucy, like right just a minute ago. Did you not see me go like that a minute? Like,
yeah,
like because I swear to God there was like a kid.
Yes,
like,
she says yes. November. Oh God, sweetheart, I am so sorry. Oh.
Okay.
Well, this is
I don't know why.
This is your message that he is good on the other side.
It was like a not like bright yellow, like not like this bright ass yellow, like fluorescent yellow, but like a yellow. Like, I want to say like Eddie I don't even know why, but I feel like there's like a designer that uses this color specifically. Like I don't know why that. Like a muted kind of yellow, like it's yellow for sure, but it's not like bright ass yellow,
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt your eyes. Look at 7 months. There one's a jerks. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Yeah. So if it was day before yesterday at Wednesday, the 12th, right? Yeah, that's the day I saw. It's a boy, right? Yeah, it was a boy. It's like brown hair. And like a windbreaker, or whatever you want to call it, like a bigger jacket, like an outer coat, like you might even wear it over another coat, right? Like, raincoat, right? So raincoat you put on over another coat, right? Yeah. Like nylon, like made out of like nylon, right? Like not like
vinyl or something,
yeah, like some kind of water resistant material,
plasticky,
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how old was he? Because this kid jumped up, like it was like hey, like trying to get my attention, like trying to get my attention. And I turned and looked, and I saw it. It didn't like just disappear either, right away. It did, but it took a second, and it was very solid. It wasn't it wasn't like a see-through thing. It was solid. Man.
He's like showing me somebody smelling his hair.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you like smelling his hair, like holding him close and smelling his hair. Or did you used to do that?
I'm gonna get my yardstick. I'm gonna measure how tall, because I'm looking at my altar, right? Like, so I saw how tall he was, like this thing was by the drawer height. I'm gonna just measure it really quick, and I'm gonna get that measurement and see if it matches. Okay, because I'm kind of, I don't know. I want to make sure. You know what I mean? Like, so right here.
Yeah.
I'm like at a weird angle.
He says he's a big kid.
Yeah, I know, but like, okay. I know. I just want to make sure. I like to do scientific steps sometimes. Sometimes. All the time. Oh my God. Okay. He's this tall. He's literally this as a yardstick. That's exact. I just measured it right now. Like the top of where his head was is this, so it's what, 36 inches tall.
Yeah. So 3 feet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I was almost right on my estimate. Holy shit. Math.
But also remember they're not on this ground, so they're just slightly higher.
Yeah.
The day before he died, I took his pic and
Oh
my
my
face
God.
was pressed against his head. There it is. Yeah.
You have a picture of him?
Yeah, because he showed me use like smelling his hair, like his head, just like, and I could feel my body doing it.
Oh my god.
Oh. Yeah, he wants me to know that he's okay. He's okay. He knows you all love him.
Yeah, he well, like he doesn't want to scare you guys. Like he's scared of shit on me.
Is there anything that you would like him to do as a tell to let you
Right.
know when he's around? Because he can do that for you, is what he's saying.
I
He
think he has
can,
enough energy to do that.
yeah.
Yeah. Send it to me. I'm a little scared. I don't know. I want to see. I do. Go ahead. That's weird because were we talking on Wednesday? Did you already confirm that? Yeah, you and I talked on Wednesday at some point in the day, early in the morning, I think, for me, anyways, right? And then if that's the case, that's the same day. Then I saw that. So wow. What's that question? Is anything?
Kelsey, I see your question. Any extra questions are donation only. So if you want to go to the PayPals that we have listed below and give us a donation, then we can answer your question. And
Yeah,
Felicia
that's
said, oh my God, he was my boy. I wanted to come to me. Yes, Wednesday, she said she confirmed that you guys were talking. And
She didn't say anything about that though. She didn't say anything about a kid at all. So, like, yeah, I would never have. No, that's why I just asked that question randomly. Like, you know,
yeah.
like, what? I mean, because I was like, where? I don't know where it came from. Why is this here in my house? You know what I mean? Like, why? Because it's new. It's not an energy I've felt before, except for on Wednesday, and now again now.
She said, thank you. This makes me happy. We are so welcome. I mean, yeah. I can't imagine. I'm so glad that he came through and showed himself to Anna like that.
Yeah, I'll put my spirit box on and record it later and see if any voice comes through, and if it does, I'll send you the file, okay, so you can hear it, right? I feel like that he would do that, but I don't know how. I mean, let me check and see what it's. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm fine. I did record some of it the other night because when I saw that, I put on my spirit box and started recording. So I did get some responses. I forgot. Let me check out and see what it says though.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, wait. I just got a message. More. Hang on. I think. Hang on. Let me see what it says. So my friend also saw it. Like I just got this message right now. I saw something about that size crouched down, no color and detail, but it was by the TV by the love seat. Like, so yeah. So,
there we go.
He didn't want to freak me out. Okay. Yeah. So that's crazy. So I have a witness that can attest to the fact that I was like, I just saw, you know, like 100%. Like it freaked me out. It scared me. I'm not gonna lie. So I still can't. I really want to get rid of the scaredness I get, but I don't think I ever will. I'm a highly alarmed person, anyways. Like all the time.
You are.
So, like I've got an intense startle response. So
yeah, you do.
It's pretty bad. Like
I think it's just one of those things, you know.
like I think like if I because I was trying to think like how do I have them if I had to tell them like how to talk to me without scaring me. Do all of it would scare me like anything. If you wrote on a mirror, I'd be terrified. If you came and touched me, I'd be terrified. If you said my name, I'd be terrified. All of it would scare
I
me.
think the one that really still screws with me the most is when they apparate right in front of my face, like right here, like
Right.
no personal space. That one
Yeah.
always gets me.
That
And
see,
it'll be like,
that one's easier for me because I feel like it's just like a flash, right? Like it's really quick for me. Like when that happens, it's really quick. So I'm like, oh, okay. Not lingering, right? Like so it's like I just imagine, I can tell my brain that it wasn't what you know what I mean? It's easier for me to explain that away. But
oh, she just said he would just pop up. He would scare me, Shisha. I get you. Oh wow.
Are you serious? Like, yeah, he popped up. Right. And like waved his hand like boo. Like that's like boo, like that's what I look like that. Like playing a game, like hide and seek, and I hadn't caught him yet, but he was gonna beat me to the punch kind of thing, right? Like let me see what it says.
Also, I wanted to address what you said, Felicia, about the dream thing. Ask him before you go to bed tonight. Ask him personally, just like you would say a prayer or something. Just ask him to go to his mom and go to her in her dreams, because that is the easiest way. And you said, will I get the job? LOL. So I see you having 2 interviews, and you're going to have options, and it's going to be between 2 things. You might have an opportunity for something that you didn't even think was possible.
So the word, it said closet. So when I saw it, the first thing that it said, the spirit box said was closet. I don't know what that's about. Where am I? Camera. I want it. The name Ray. Closer up. Keep going. Listen to me. I'm bored. And then the name Hannah. I don't know what that's about. How old are you? Boat. What happened to me? Yeah, like I don't know. These are just random words. Like I don't know if they mean anything at all. So it's just like a whole bunch of frequency that comes through. You know what I mean? So like it could be anything, but those are. I'll send you a screenshot of the words that came out so you can go through it and see if anything rings a bell. Okay. Like I'll take a screenshot for you and I'll send it to you in chat in a minute. All right. Yeah, then you can discern then you can see it for yourself. Like you can see.
Right.
I don't know if it means anything because it keeps a log of every word that's said in that app. So you can just go through it yourself and see. So yeah. Oh, cool. Wait. Oh, okay. Let me check it out. Oh no.
All right.
Try not to freak out.
And then did we miss anybody else? Or were we like, can we close it at Felicia?
Wait,
He had a seizure. Okay.
What?
Did he have a seizure from a fever? Or was it just a major seizure?
Did you? Oh my God. So you saw what I did a minute ago, right? When I said just had a seizure. I said that on camera. Like you rewind it. I did.
Yeah, you did. You did.
What the fuck? Okay. I don't see. Oh, which chat? Okay, okay, let me see. I think I found it. Let me see. Where's my? Okay, here. I got your message. I'm opening it right now. Let's see. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, does he have a like?
His 4th one. My daughter has seizures, Felicia. I understand.
Yeah, that like that's that. Yeah. Yeah, his hair is like lighter right here. but like, again, I'm seeing him out the like corner of my eye, right? But that, you know, it's like, and he's, oh my gosh, yeah, fuck. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little.
Yeah. It never ceases to amaze us, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't understand it. Like, I still don't understand it. I don't understand how it works. I just don't get it. And it just really fucking trips me out, dude. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, so I will, I'm gonna send this to you. I'm gonna like cry. I'm serious. So I'm gonna send this to you. I'm also gonna like, I'm gonna let him know, like, to go over there with you, right? You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why. I don't know why, like, he's here anyway. I guess
He needed to connect with his family.
I know that. I'm just saying,
And
like,
so I'm just like overjoyed that he could. Like, I'm so happy that we had the vessel here to deliver that, you know? My ex-husband had 2 kids with someone who is now my best friend. He was 3 months old when he came into my life. I messaged Anna for a reason. Thank you, Anna. Oh, thank you, Felicia. Yes, Anna's the best.
oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, this was an intense episode. We appreciate you. And Felicia, thank you so much for being so vulnerable with us. And we appreciate you. And everybody else, we will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.